In your headlines, 31-year-old dies in vehicular accident hours after plea was made for his assistance. And the Department of Disaster Management and Emergencies continue with preparedness for the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season. From the PTV Broadcasting Headquarters in Providencial is your #1 source for news. I'm Erica Pinales, delivering the latest from across the country this Monday, June 27th, 2022, right to your door. Newswatch starts now. In today's top story, a family is in shambles and a mother in immense emotional pain after losing her son in a vehicular accident just hours after a public plea for the help of her 31-year-old child. We bring you that report.
This is a mother's cry for help.
Please, y'all who hear me, I crying out for help for my child because he is not the same. Oh Lord, help me. They don't know what I'm going through. No one will help me.
Sharon Prosper lost her son, 32-year-old Garrick Tucker, a day after she took to Facebook to record this post, a tearful plea to authorities for their help and intervention with her son, who was at the time displaying signs of mental illness.
I went to the mental people, asked for help. They told me that they was coming assist me. I told him he walked around with a knife in the house. They told me they was coming, look for me, went to see him. They never came. I went to the police. I asked the police to help me with Garrett. The police told me that they could help me, but the mental people have to come there and access them. They cannot go to my house and help me like that.
24 hours later, Garrick would be dead. Police say after 1 a.m. on Saturday, June 25th, a call was made to the police control room with a report of a vehicular accident along Pond Street, Grand Turk. It was Garrick. Police arrived on scene where bystanders would point out what appeared to be an unconscious male lying on his stomach in wet clothing. A white SUV with extensive damages was also discovered nearby. It was reported stolen a day earlier. The victim was taken to the Cogborn Town Medical Center for emergency medical treatment, however, succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced dead at 2:27 a.m.
You don't know. I cannot sleep. Nobody will cry to help me because who you are. I have people, but it's not here to help me. Hear my pain. Hear my cry, Lord. Please help Garrett. He have fire in my yard and all. He's not the same. And I have my child no more. I need my child. Help me before he hurt himself. Or hurt me.
Since the incident, Newswatch learned that Tucker was no stranger to law enforcement, having been arrested for a number of offenses in the past. The incident is being investigated.
Yet again, the Turks and Caicos Islands has scored high with credit agency Standard and Poor's with another BBB+ credit rating, even amidst a global pandemic. Details in this report.
In March this year, Standard & Poor's affirmed the TCI sovereign credit rating for long-term bonds, denominated in both domestic and foreign currency, of BBB+. Additionally, the agency also maintained the outlook as stable for the Turks and Caicos Islands. In its review, the rating agency advises that the stable outlook considers that the country's economy will continue to recover, given the strong performance of tourism, and will improve in 2022. Furthermore, S&P believes the TCI will continue to adhere to prudent financial management and limit borrowing, and that physical reserve balances will increase during the next 2 years. Additionally, the rating agency also expects continuity in TCI's institutional relationship with the United Kingdom. In its report, the rating agency advises that the rationale for the rating was a result of the country's institutional and economic profile. That is, the economic recovery, led by resurgence in tourism and continued institutional stability. S&P also indicates that despite the short-term pressures of the global COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, the TCI government's prudent actions, aided by the UK's swift transfers of vaccines, allowed international travel to resume as early as the first quarter of 2021. The combination of the government's swift response, coupled with pent-up demand in key source markets, led to a strong recovery in tourism, which in turn has led to better than anticipated economic recovery. S&P estimates GDP per capita to be $23,674 in 2021, up from $20,757 in 2020, a 14% year-over-year increase. Tourism remains a core pillar of the economy, indirectly accounting for about 65% of GDP. S&P indicates that the ratings could be revised upwards if better than expected GDP increases and continued favorable growth prospects were to substantially boost economic resilience. Additionally, the rating agency says that they could also raise ratings if better availability of timely data, especially on external flows and stocks, were to boost transparency, and indicated that the TCI enjoyed a significantly stronger economic or external position. However, if the rebound in tourism is interrupted or turns out to be weaker than expected, leading to prolonged stress on revenues, this may cause the TCI's government to run persistent fiscal deficits that could materially worsen public finances. This could lead to a downgrading of the rating. Commenting on the rating, Minister of Finance Honorable Erwin J. Saunders expresses the government's satisfaction that the country's rating has been maintained at BBB+, particularly at a time when many countries had theirs downgraded, mainly due to the COVID-19 pandemic. He adds, quote, "This is a testament to the strength of our economy, and particularly our government's prudent handling of it. We have taken particular note of S&P's comment that they could raise the ratings on better availability of timely data, and we are working towards achieving that." End quote. For PTV News Watch, I'm Delana Iles.
It's time for a quick break. More News Watch when we return.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
Welcome back to News Watch. Her Excellency the Acting Governor Anya Williams chaired the 19th meeting of Cabinet on Wednesday, June 22nd, 2022 in Grand Turk. All other members were present, and we bring you the details. At this cabinet meeting, they approved the terms and conditions for an application from a land surveyor for a license, approved the making of the revised edition of the Law's 2021 Commencement Order 2022, subject to the approval of the House of Assembly. Laws will now be made available free of charge to members of the public on the Attorney General's website. Physical reproductions will continue to be sold. Discussed proposed amendments to the insurance ordinance as drafting instructions to the Attorney General's chambers and consultation with the industry. Approved for the Insurance Amendment Bill 2022 to be introduced to the House of Assembly as soon as possible. approved the revision of the Anti-Money Laundering Committee budget for the financial year 2022-2023 for office furniture and supplies, confirmed annual payments for the annual membership cost to the Egmont Group of Financial Intelligence Agencies, and annual costs of the FIA's travel costs for the Egmont annual meeting. They approved a 3-year rental lease agreement for the relocation of the Ministry of Tourism, Environment, Fisheries and Maritime Affairs, Culture and Heritage, Agriculture, Religious Affairs and Gaming, and the Tourist Board and the Department of Culture in Providenciales. They approved a lease agreement for a temporary headquarters for the Turks and Caicos Islands Regiment in Providenciales. Was also updated on the proposed merger of NHIP compliance and collections. Further consideration was requested before Cabinet can take a decision. Noted the award of the following contracts in line with the provisions of the Public Procurement Ordinance: furniture and equipment for mental health facility in Grand Turk, ballistic vests for the Royal Turks and Caicos Islands Police Force, Belfield Landing Civilian Safety Project Safe Boat Slips, furniture and equipment for Public Works Program Management, and the resubmission of vehicles for government. Approved a request from American Airlines to waive the import customs duties and customs processing fees for replacement parts for an aircraft that had an emergency landing on Providenciales to be forwarded to the House of Assembly for consideration and approval. Noted a paper from the Turks and Caicos Islands Airport Authority for legislative amendments to be made to the TCIAA ordinance to regulate industrial action by employees of the TCIAA. Cabinet requested further consideration. Proposed amendments will be considered by the House of Assembly for approval in due course. The Department of Disaster Management and Emergencies continue their efforts with nationwide preparedness for the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season. Officials are hosting an event geared toward readiness and post-storm action, and the public is invited. Here's more.
All are welcome to the Department of Disaster Management and Emergencies Hurricane Preparedness Expo this Friday, July 1st. The event will provide a wealth of knowledge on how you and your family can prepare for pre- and post-storm events, and you don't want to miss it.
We really want the public to get the opportunity to speak to the agencies that all have a part to play in disaster preparedness. And there's no better time to prepare than now.
The expo isn't the first of its kind. In fact, it's officials' third expo and will be facilitated by a number of preparedness experts and agencies like the Red Cross, Provo Fire Department, InterHealth Canada, Nagico Insurance, Fortis TCI, TCIAA, and many more, who will provide safety demonstrations as well as give attendees the opportunity to ask questions and express their concerns about the 2022 hurricane season.
The last expo was in 2019, and of course the COVID pandemic kind of put things to a halt. But we're excited to have this event back open to the public. We have over 25 agencies will be joining us to display and encourage the public on how they can better prepare themselves, their families, their businesses, their pets, their households on hurricane preparedness.
And that's not it. Officials say early birds will have a chance to win a 30-second Hurricane Supplies mini shopping spree at Graceway Smart Supermarket. Hear all about it.
This year we have been blessed with Graceway Smart Supermarket has donated 2 mini shopping sprees. It's hurricane supply shopping sprees for the first 10 lucky persons going to get the opportunity to win. It's going to be 2 persons, so you have to come out early. The event starts at 10, and this winner would be selected between the hours of 10 to 12 because at 1 p.m. the shopping spree is on, so you don't want to be late to this event.
The mini shopping spree will give winners the opportunity to, if they haven't already, pick up supplies for the hurricane season to get their preparations in order. Again, the Hurricane Preparedness Expo takes place at the Town Center Mall parking lot on Friday, July 1st at 10 a.m. through 4 p.m. Don't forget to download the DDME Alert app to stay up to date with alerts, tips, and advisories throughout the season and beyond.
Don't touch that remote. We'll be right back. Up next is your weather forecast.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
Here at People's Television, we're more than just your leading news and entertainment services. We are
spreading the gospel.
We are breaking barriers.
We are preserving the culture. Each one, teach one.
We are committed to excellence.
We're creating change.
We are creating memories.
We are the future.
I am PTV.
I am PTV. I am PTV.
I am PTV.
We are PTV.
We are continuing the legacy. We are PTV.
Welcome back to News Watch. Here's the latest in your weather forecast. Here's your weather forecast for June 28th, 2022. For the nation's capital, Grand Turk, on Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, high 85, low 81, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. For South Caicos, partly cloudy skies, high 85, low 81, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. For North and Middle Caicos, intervals of clouds and sunshine, high 86, low 81, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. For Parrot and Pine Key, partly cloudy skies, high 86, low 81, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. And on Providenciales, partly cloudy skies, high 86, low 81, winds east-southeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Now for your sunrise and sunset, sunrise 6:10 a.m., sunset 7:37 p.m., and for your high tides and low tides, high tides 8:04 a.m., 8:21 p.m., and low tides 2:11 a.m., 1:55 p.m. And for your hurricane outlook, a tropical wave located about 900 miles east-southeast of the southern Windward Islands is producing a large area of showers and thunderstorms. Environmental conditions appear conducive for further development, and a tropical depression is likely to form during the next couple of days before the system reaches the Windward Islands Tuesday night, or possibly while moving westward across the southern Caribbean Sea Wednesday through Friday. Interests in the Windward Islands and along the southeastern coast of Venezuela should monitor the progress of this system, and tropical storm watches or warnings could be required portions of these areas later today. Regardless of the development, locally heavy rainfall is possible over the Windward Islands and the northeastern coast of Venezuela Tuesday night and Wednesday. And that's it for your weather forecast and hurricane outlook. We'll be right back for more News Watch. And that brings us to the end of this edition of The Real News. I hate to leave you so soon, but of course, you can join us right back here every weekday at 6:30 p.m. and tap into our social media platforms at www.ptv8tci.com. I'm Erica Penales, keeping you informed, updated, and affiliated. Until next time.